And I can actually, hi baby, I can actually splice it so that I can take this part of it out.
Now you got room, or do you want me to push the table down a little bit?
Nope, I got room. We're gonna go ahead and get started. So,
Okay.
Hey everybody, this is 31 Women. I'm Renee, and I have with me Miss Cindy. Miss Cindy is a precious soul that attends our church. She hasn't been a member. Have you been a member a year yet?
Not quite.
Not quite a year yet. So, as y'all know, I go around and just ask ladies if they will allow me to do a podcast with them, an interview with them, and they tell me their life stories and what they're doing in the kingdom of God now, because 31 Women is all about everyday women living everyday lives, doing extraordinary things in the kingdom of God. And so we're just going to jump right into it. Thank you guys for being here with us. And Miss Cindy, why don't we start with you telling me a little bit about how you grew up, where you came from, what your life was like.
Well, I was born and raised in Sylvania, Georgia,
Okay.
which is close to Savannah.
Mm-hmm.
We were very poor. There were 6 children,
Okay.
and my dad and mom, but we always had what we needed.
Okay.
We were brought up in church. My mom was sick a lot, so she didn't always get to go. And of course, sometimes Dad could, but
Right.
we were always in church. We went to Sunday school, we went to church, and then we went to prayer meetings, and we had back then called the GAs.
Mm-hmm.
So
now I'm old enough to know what
that.
a GA is. Yeah. I am.
And we just had a good life. We didn't feel poor because we were born, 4 of us were born during the Depression. So everybody else, was in that same situation mostly. But I had, my youngest brother was born with a bone deficiency, a soft bone, and he was operated on for the first time when he was 18 months old.
Oh, wow.
And finally, when he was 14, he decided to have his leg amputated because they had tried to graft bone and it never healed good.
Right.
So after then, the doctor said, it would take so long for him to get used to his crutches and his leg. But when they brought him home, he walked up the steps. He got out of the car and walked up the steps, which they said it would take, 2 or 3 months to learn to do that. But anyway.
He was determined.
Yes. My oldest brother became a minister.
Okay.
When he was 10 years old, he told Mom and Daddy that he was going to be a preacher.
Oh, that's
and
wonderful.
He worked himself through school, through college. He came to Mercer.
Mm-hmm.
And then he went to the seminary, and then he was a chaplain in the Air Force.
Okay.
And then he came back and got his doctorate.
That's wonderful.
He wrote a couple of books.
Mm-hmm.
And he and J.L., my husband, always got along really good together. But to get back to when I was 12 years old, my husband's niece was my best friend.
Okay.
And I had never met J.L., but we had the rocking chair on the porch, and I was sitting there with his brother. My friend's father was, a logman. He had his logging thing, and he wanted to show J.L. a new truck that he had bought. So they came and parked in front of my house because the truck that they were going to see came from the other direction, and so they parked there. And so when they got out, J.L. turned and waved at me, and I waved back. And so when they left, he asked his brother what my name was, and he said he told him my name was Lucinda, but everybody calls me Cindy.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, "Why do you ask?" He said, "That was the girl I'm going to marry."
Aww.
So 2 years later, about 2.5 years later, we started dating.
Okay.
And
which, back then was not an anomaly.
No,
and if you're from the state of Georgia, it's not an anomaly now. We still have people who get together in middle school. Yeah. And they wind up getting married as soon as they graduate from high school. So it's not a strange phenomenon.
We dated for 2 years, I like to say I was almost 17. That sounds better than 16. But
okay.
my brother.
Well, I got married at 17, so I mean.
My brother, we were the first couple my brother ever married.
Oh,
and so
that's so precious.
That's how we started our life together. We waited 2 years, and the Lord sent our son to us. And we waited another 2.5 years, and He sent our daughter, and you met both of them.
Mm-hmm.
And they've been a blessing to us all our lives. They've just been good kids.
Yes.
And
yes, ma'am.
But,
You are a very blessed lady. Your life has not been without tragedy
No.
or without triumph.
no,
But from those two children, if y'all can see all the pictures behind me, Miss Cindy's house is full of family photographs. She loves her family dearly. How many grandchildren and great-grandchildren?
I have 5 grandchildren.
Okay.
I have 17 great-grandchildren.
Wow.
And now I have 5 great-great-grandchildren.
What? Wow.
So
So what year, I mean, you can tell everybody how old you are if you want to, or you can just tell them what year you were born in.
No,
So-
well, I was born in 1934, and I'm 91 years old, and I feel like the Lord has blessed me because I have several medical things wrong with me, but I'm still able to go, and my daughter sees that I have contact with a lot of people. We do different things, and I can't drive anymore because I have Parkinson's and I see double a lot. So she takes me everywhere I need to go, buys groceries for me.
That's wonderful. But you still get out and you're very active.
Yeah.
Y'all don't know this, but we actually just came from a community Bible study that our community has every Friday morning for women, and we meet at a local restaurant. I don't know if I'm allowed to say the name of the restaurant, so I'm just gonna say a local. I can.
Yeah.
Okay, well, y'all don't come for me because Miss Cindy said I could. We meet up at the local Dairy Queen, and I'm a little bit new. I think today was only my second time going, but I think it's such a beautiful ministry that I don't know if one church puts it on but the breakfast is free. And I didn't make it for breakfast. Y'all know I'm running late. So, but I made it to part of the Bible study. I got my time wrong, and I couldn't find my keys, and it was just a whole thing. But I went. And so, but that's where I picked Miss Cindy up this morning. But they do that every Friday morning. So I know you go there, and then our church has a couple, at least 2 or 3 different things going on every week, and I know you come there.
Yeah.
But you stay pretty active.
I do.
Yeah.
I do. The Lord
I
has
think
really
her
blessed me
social
that,
calendar
so.
is more full than mine.
Anyway, we started our life in Statesboro, Georgia. We lived there for 5 years.
Okay.
And then we moved to Savannah, and we stayed there 5 years.
Okay.
Our son was born in Statesboro.
It would have been hard for me to leave Savannah.
Yeah, and Gail was born in Savannah.
Okay.
But then my husband got this job with a person that was opening up a building material store.
Right.
And one of the first cash and carries that was
Okay.
opened. So
Right.
we moved to Valdosta and opened that store up. We stayed there a year and met some of the best people, and we stayed friends from 1961 when we moved there. 1960 we moved there. We moved to Macon in 1961, but we remained friends until, of course, they passed away, and my husband passed away 8 years ago. But then we moved to Macon, and we stayed in Macon. We we ran that building material for almost 8 years, and then we opened up our own.
Okay.
And stayed there 3 years, and things did not quite work out, so we did other things. My husband was never without a job.
Right.
And I'm saying this, I don't mean to be bragging, but he was one of the smartest men that I've ever known.
Yeah.
And kind and good, and he loved children and old people. I guess he would really love me now. But
I'm sure he considered himself quite privileged
Yeah.
to be able to share his life
Yeah.
with you.
We had ups and downs, but we were always able to overcome. We had some tragedies, and we almost lost our son when he was in an automobile accident in 79. No, excuse me, 89. Christmas of 88, I'll get that right.
Oh,
but,
wow.
But he was able to recover. He had a brain injury, and he was able to recover to 99%, they said, when he was in therapy. So that was a blessing.
Yes.
Our daughter has, she almost lost her life after her second little boy was born. Her second son was born. But she came through that.
Yeah.
All this time, I didn't realize it part of the time, but I know the Lord was always with us.
Yes.
And I guess it was, I joined the church and was baptized when I was 10 years old. I thought I knew what I was doing, but I really didn't. But when I was about 30, I knew the Lord had called me.
Right. And
I've tried to live a good life, a life that pleased Him since then. My husband always liked to help people, and that was his calling. So we did, a lot of things and it's just been a good life. But every situation, I can feel that the Lord was right there with us.
Well, give me some highlights, because I know I didn't know any of those things. I knew about the transportation company there at the end. But give me maybe a couple of highlights of things that you guys did. You don't have to give me names or situations or anything like that. Just something generic.
Well, after we lost our building material store, we met this friend of ours who was an actor at Maggie Valley. It was instant friendship. He came to Georgia and made several movies, but one of the movies that he made, he wanted my husband to drive his motor home. And then from then, JL got into transportation in the movie industry. We went to California and stayed there about 3 years, and then came back to Georgia because Georgia was becoming a film.
Right. Yeah, they call it Little Hollywood now.
And so we came back. He got into transportation, became coordinator, which he did not like very much because he didn't like paperwork.
Right.
But so he wanted me to be his captain, so I started that, and then he decided that I should be the coordinator and him the captain. So on all the movies.
Don't you love it when our husbands decide things for us?
So we met a lot of good people. Our crew became like a movie family. I mean, we were like a big family.
Yeah.
And we did. We did a lot of movies.
Right.
We did Driving Miss Daisy. We did Remember the Titans. We did.
That was a fantastic movie.
We Are Marshall. We did Sweet Home Alabama.
Love that movie.
But just a lot of good movies that we and so.
And so you met a lot of famous people.
Yeah, we did. It was. Of course, he took care of the set, which was all the equipment that it took to film the movie, and I took care of the base camp, which is the wardrobe, makeup, all that kind of stuff, plus the actors' trailers, wherever they were in a pop out or just a 3-roomer, they were still treated as such.
Right.
And it just became a good. We were in it from. My husband started in 1975, and then in 1988, that's when I became the coordinator and worked with him. And so in 2012, my husband was beginning to have signs of Alzheimer's, so we retired and came home. And for the next 5 years, I was able to take care of him at home, which I knew the Lord had his hand in that, because so many people become agitated and angry, and he was just always so easy to care for. He never wanted to get out and ramble like a lot of people.
Yeah. That doesn't mean caretaking was easy.
No, caretaking
if
was
you've
not
never,
easy.
Yeah, if you've ever been a caretaker, you can't understand it until you've done it.
And to see the decline of somebody's mind is
especially
one
your
of the
partner.
worst. Yeah. But without the Lord, I don't know how I would have done it. But he was easy to care for. He always wanted to be home. And as he progressed, of course, he became where he couldn't walk. We had to get a hospital bed, and he lived about 5 weeks after then. And I don't know whether I should say this or not, but I know he was a good Christian person, and the Lord knew we weren't quite ready for him to leave. And so I don't know if I should say this or not, but he stopped breathing. And the minister and his wife came, my friends Carol and Harry came, my children were here, and Gail had called hospice because they have to pass. And before hospice could get here, but she walked in right after he started back breathing. And he breathed, he was alive for 10 more days, but that day, from the time he started back breathing until 5 o'clock in the afternoon, he had his mind.
Oh, wow.
And I know that had to be the Lord. And all of our children were here, and we just got to have a good time.
Yeah.
And he made some funny comments that we got to laugh about.
Yeah.
And so at 5 o'clock, he was back without his mind.
Yeah.
The morning, 10 days later, the morning that he passed away, he looked up at the ceiling, because you could tell he was seeing the Lord.
Yeah.
And he looked in the center, and he said, "My name is J.L. Parker, Parker. When are we going?"
Oh, wow.
And that was the last thing. That was it.
Wow.
And then 6 weeks before he passed away, Gail's youngest son and his wife had a little girl. They already had their oldest daughter, but he got to see her. He didn't know that she was, he didn't know, but he knew it was a little baby. And she lived, I thought, well, I still feel that the Lord sent that child to help me get through the times.
My aunt tells me that about me. She had lost a little girl, oddly enough, with the same name. They didn't see each other. So my mama and my aunt didn't know they had named their daughters the same thing. But she says that. She says that we actually wound up moving in with them, and her holding me and loving and snuggling on me really helped her through that time.
That helped me. She lived 2 months and 2 days.
I'm sorry.
And then she went to be with the Lord, but without him, I don't know how we could have made it.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry. We want this to be real, and part of what makes every story so real is what we're doing here is we're showing women, wherever they are and whatever they've been through and whatever they may go through, the Lord still has his hand on us. The Lord still walks with us, and the work that he has called each one of us to do can still be accomplished.
That's exactly right.
And
so, I don't know how people can get through life without knowing the Lord.
I don't either, Miss Cindy. I really don't.
I don't know what we would have done. Several during several things that's happened in our life, but he was always there. And now as I look back on it, I realize he was there more than we realized he was at the time.
Yes, that's often the case.
Um,
Tell me what you're doing now at 91 years old with the health constraints that you have. Tell me what you are doing now, because I see the hand of God all over your life, but I want to hear what you have to say.
I have these groups of several groups of ladies that we play cards. We have luncheons. Mm-hmm. We have my friend Carol and I belong to this little investment group, and she comes and picks me up and takes me to that when we know, I've got to be real friends with all those people that are there. I go to Sunday school and church, and that's with my friend Claudia coming by to get me. I don't know what I'd do without her.
She is a precious
she
soul.
Is.
I'll be interviewing her soon. So,
and she comes and gets me and takes me to church, to prayer meetings, to Bible study, and it's just good to have so many friends that you can depend on.
Yes.
And there again, that's the Lord's work. I know He sent Claudia to me.
Miss Cindy is being very modest. She is a very active person, as she has stated, but she also, wherever there is work to be done, she outworks women like myself that are twice her age. I mean, that are half her age. She works. She doesn't just sit there and let everybody else do the work. Whatever her hands find to do, she does it with all her might. Just like the Proverbs 31 scripture says. And however small or big that may be. I know that you did the work, and you created the book that we had for our homecoming. It had pictures in it. It was a whole humongous photo album full of things that had been done for the past year, and you're already working on the one for next year, right?
I am.
And we also created visitors packets for our people at church, and whenever there's a dinner or a function, you might not want anybody else's food, but you're going to definitely want whatever Miss Cindy brought, you want some of it. So you cook and do that. And
I don't cook as much as I used to, because to me it's not any fun to eat by yourself. So, but when we get together, I always...
I haven't learned how to do that yet either. I may never learn how. I had, when my children were small, and we were, my family was very involved in ministry, and so we always had a lot of people around.
Yes.
And so, and my dad comes from a large family, my mom comes from a large family, so I don't know how to cook for two people. I haven't learned how to do that.
No, I know.
My husband comes from a large family, so so I'll still cook, and we may have food all week because I cook too much, and he won't waste it. He's like, no, we're gonna eat it. I bought it, you cooked it, we're eating it. So I actually don't have to cook every night because I haven't learned how to cook for two people.
When I was growing up, we always had, we called it my mother's side of the family, the Jeffers side, and then the Mincy side was Daddy's family, but we always had reunions in the summertime, and you never saw so much food. And I laugh about my mama had 6 sisters. There were 6 sisters besides my mom, and they could all cook except 2 of them. And it's just it was just natural that, and my daughter's like that. Even though she went to culinary school, she could still cook like we did. And it was always a lot of fun to be around, your families.
Right.
People don't do that as much anymore.
They don't. They don't. Well, there's so many things, that just come at people probably now more than ever. My oldest daughter's millennial.
Yeah.
And we were having a discussion one day, and she said, Mom, the hardest part about being a young person now is we have no sense of community. It's completely gone for our generation.
It is.
But on the flip side of that, they're also inundated with you got to cut people off if they're toxic, or you got to cut people off if they do this or do that. And so at some point there's going to have to be a middle ground somehow. Like where's the middle ground? And in that discussion with my daughter, she didn't like it very much because I told her a lot of that is y'all's own fault because you don't want to go around your family or upset with them about whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
So you can't then turn around and say we have no community because you've isolated yourselves. And on the flip side of that, you can build community. You've done that.
Yes.
And I've done that,
Yes.
because I don't get to see my children hardly ever. And so I built a sense of community around me so that I would have that because, they have to have their own lives and live their own things. So you can do that. You can build a community unless you're extremely introverted like my daughter. And she just doesn't. It's hard for her. So she has her few little groups. But you've done an excellent job at doing that. You have created a beautiful life for yourself.
I consider,
the Lord has
through
really
the Lord's
you.
work, we had a beautiful life.
Yeah.
That's not saying that we didn't have problems or ups and downs, but the Lord always brought us through, and it made us stronger.
Mm-hmm.
To know that He was there.
Yes.
To help us through everything.
Well, what would you like to leave people with today?
Have a strong faith. Believe that the Lord is there with you no matter what you're going through. You'll come out stronger. And I hope you have as good a life as I've had.
I think that's very sweet. I love you, Miss C.J.
I love you.
Thank you for letting me interview you today.
Thank you.